I'm Logan Crosby,
And I'm Grant Jones.
and we have been together since around 6th grade, 7th grade. I would say 6th grade, but that's kind of when you just like know that you like someone. So we started dating in 7th grade. Been together ever since. We're now 23 years old. So we'll be getting married in October. So that's super exciting. And yeah, we just wanted to bring Jesus into the center of our relationship. And that's kind of what's kind of sparked the whole thing. So yeah.
Yeah. And I've been going to the gathering pretty much growing up. I mean, it started at the Children's Museum and then it came over here and then in this building all throughout high school and then in college. And now we're kind of doing our thing, trying to build a family someday. And we moved to Carmel. So I still call this place like home to me. Like Muncie is like my home. It's where I grew up. And I wanted to come back here and get baptized just because I knew this was like my home ground and I'm familiar with everybody here and the community here. And I wanted to do it in front of people that I just always knew and they know who I was. So what Jesus means to me, like, I couldn't say I have like a moment in time where I've like said I gave my life to Christ. I just feel like I've always just like surrendered and like allowed Jesus to take the wheel. But I just think that like throughout my whole entire life, there's just been so many like moments where you just have to give everything to Jesus. There's just so much out of your own control and just growing up, like trying to like grow a relationship, go to college, get a job. Like there's just so many things that I wouldn't be where I am today without Jesus. And just knowing that there's somebody who's always there and I can't just like rely on myself to, figure it all out or achieve whatever, like there's a God who sent his son to die for me. And like, I always can rely on that at the end of the day. And that's just ultimately what it means to me.
Agreed. Yeah, I would say I've always been a Christian. I've grown up going to church. I wouldn't say every Sunday like Grant has. Pat and Kim go all the time. But I've always been a Christian, but like recently I never connected the dots of what that truly meant. I classify myself as a Christian and I would say, I believe in God or whatever. And I kept telling Grant, I was like, I just feel like I needed this like moment. Because everyone seems to have like a story. And recently I kind of had my own story. I won't go into depth about it, but that's where like it was in the last few months, just as you go through like the difficult times of like trying to find a job and, all the new college graduate things that are not fun when people act like they're fun. Um, but yeah, I had my moment. And then from there, I just was like, I've always wanted to get baptized and I knew that Grant did too. But we were scared. Um, Not scared of giving our life to Jesus, but or like even accepting him into our lives, but scared that we have to be the perfect human to be baptized or be welcomed by Jesus when that's just not the case. I mean, no one's perfect besides the Lord himself. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't really have an exact meaning of Jesus other than I know that I want him to be the center of our lives. Still working on that. I want to get closer to him. I'm not saying I have it all figured out, but yeah, this is just something I'd really like to do to introduce him to the center of us before we form as one.
Like, I know that, like, baptism's, like, you're not, like, trying to, like, win your way to heaven or anything, and, like, I'm kind of like a know-it-all, like, before I do something, I wanna, like, know, like, why I'm doing it, like, I think that's why it took me so long to get baptized. I've always felt like a poke saying, like, go get baptized," like, just sitting there watching other people get baptized, I'm like, I could feel me wanting to do it, but there was something in my head just saying, like, "You don't know, like, why you're doing it, like, what's the importance of it?" And at the end of the day, like, I know, like, Jesus died on the cross for me, and I just wanna do it for him, like, it's just about him at the end, like, I just wanna do it for him. It's not, like, about me anymore, like, I just think getting baptized is a way for me to be like, "I did that for Jesus," like, he did everything for me, and, like, I can finally say, like, I went and got baptized because what he did for me, and not, like I just want that feeling of, like, I did something for Jesus, like, it just I don't know, just it's a way to just, like, give back, I guess. I don't know if I can even do that, but it's just, yeah, I don't know.
No, I agree with everything that Grant said. For me, I feel like I'm getting baptized because I feel like I still have a lot of growing a relationship and developing something with God that is, not necessarily missing, but I just want to learn more about the Lord and get closer to Him. I have a bunch of questions as I ask Grant all the time, acting like he has all the answers, even though he doesn't. But yeah, I just want to grow more deeper into my faith, and just get closer to God in general. I feel like sometimes we lose touch of certain things, and I just hope that, being baptized and giving 100% of myself to God and letting Him be welcomed into my life as He already is, but I don't know, I feel like it's a good start. So, when people are, together and forming as one, that's how I look at it, is that they always keep Jesus in the center of their relationship, because I think it's really easy to be distracted by the things that you have going on in your life, but at the end of the day, like, you'll always have Jesus to fall back on, and as long as you're falling back on Him, I feel like anything's possible, no matter how hard your problems over here and your problems over here, like, if you just go always back to Him and you keep your relationship around that, I think I mean, I don't have all the words for relationship advice or anything, but I think that's where it all starts, especially as you start growing your family and, you want this big family and bringing them to church. I think it starts there. Um, so yeah, I I don't have all the answers, but that's what I would say. It's very important to keep Jesus in the center of your relationship, and I'm still working on that, and, I hope that being baptized will also help that as well.
Yeah, I think like just throughout my entire life, you got to constantly like remind yourself like to surrender to God all the time and keep Jesus um like the most important thing. Like just put him in the center and I just think like there's always something you can learn, there's always something you can grow from and there's so many like mistakes I've made, there's so many problems that happen all the time or there's like questions that I have or things I just don't know yet or I do know and you still mess up. You still like I was talking with Stephanie and she was saying like what is like one thing if you got baptized, like what's one thing that could happen to you after you get baptized? Like are you expecting anything out of it? And I was just like some kind of like discernment would be really cool. Like if I could just be able to see like right and wrong a little better, just be able to when I'm in a sticky situation, I can like really hear Jesus telling me like the right route in that situation. I just think like baptism or just continuous surrender to God is just another way to keep Him at the center. So when you're in sticky situations or anything, um, you can hear Him and continue to follow Him.
That's where it all starts. I mean, especially as, like, we're young and we'd like to have a family someday, and it starts there. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's really important. So, I feel like we've always had a feeling, we'd be sitting out there on Easter and someone be getting baptized and you watch the story as what we're recording right now and you'd be like, "Man, like, I really like, I wanna do that." But what was stopping me, as I said at the beginning, is, like, I didn't feel like I had all my stuff together, if that makes sense. Like, I had it all right. I felt like I had to have it all figured out and, be clean of this or be clean of that. But that's not the point, and nobody's perfect, so you're not gonna be perfect, and as long as you accept that, then I feel like it's easier for you to accept or even bring baptism into your life and accept Jesus himself, so go off that. Skip.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I've sit in these chairs for however many years, and I've had the same feelings all the time. I've had the same like go do it, go get baptized, or like that spirit feeling, like goosebumps. I've had it all. Like I've sat there and I've cried out. I've sat there angry. I've sat there questioning, and I just think like the continuous showing up all the time and just having that feeling just shows that there is a God, there is a Jesus. Like there's a reason I am having all those feelings and those thoughts. And like at the end of the day, there is an enemy out there. So like the more questions or the more like I guess, like, moments where, like, you feel like there's a like, something kinda attacking you, poking you, like, that just shows, like, there is a Jesus, like, he wants you to surrender to him, and there's a guy trying to pull you away, and it's like, baptism is just a way for me to, like, really dive deeper into my faith and deeper in my relationship with Jesus, because I know he's real, and he's true, and he did everything for me, and I just, like, I wanna be a part of that.